Hooray! Live.
Is this happening?
Oh, we're going live. We're live.
We're going live, and we are. We're going live. We've gone live.
Dan snapping at the microphone, which means we are live.
Yeah, that's my thing. Hey, everybody! Welcome to the show.
To joke zero.
Yeah, let's move the microphone in. Woohoo! Happy Sunday, everybody! Everyone's back from church.
Oh, big chair.
Well, I'm a big boy.
You are. You're like 6'3".
Let's
Cheers.
start
The show.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bling.
Yeah, welcome. We just got back from church on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
We go every Sunday.
The three of us.
Yeah.
This is what we wear to church.
Yeah,
It's our best graphic t-shirts.
Yeah.
And
I
little
was-
collar shirt.
Yeah, it's got
Oh, yeah, you were
I actually was wearing one, and then Matt came over, and they're very similar colors, and we're both wearing shorts because it's the actual summer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I wanted to look pseudo-professional, you know?
These shirts are different color. This is a green, and that's like an aqua.
Yeah.
Call that an
Hey,
aqua.
spring break.
What color is this? A steel blue? A grayish blue?
I think, yeah.
Batman blue?
Batman blue.
1970s Batman blue.
Well, it is funny because in some cases Batman does wear blue, you know?
Batman classically
to.
wears blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except with the Tim Burton Batman, they made him all black, and I think that then a generation grew up thinking that was Batman, and now
Right.
he's all black all the time.
But that's not Batman.
Yeah,
Batman's-
Batman wears blue and gray.
Batman is Adam West.
Mhm.
It's blue.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I should send big Batman fan.
What?
Are you a big Batman fan?
He
No.
loves
Oh.
that.
I like Adam West Batman.
Oh, okay. I love Adam West Batman. There's a cool animation online. It's called Bat Dance. I'll plug it. And someone did like CG animation of all like Batman characters dancing to the 1960s Batman song. And it's actually super delightful
Like,
Oh,
because it's all generations of the characters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, they're CGI versions, or they're like clips from the movies saying it look like they're all dancing?
No, it's like someone did it themselves with computer animation and like their
Mhm.
own cartoony design. But it's really cute.
It's amazing what they can do with computers.
It
these
is. It's
days.
incredible.
Yeah.
Soon this will be CGI. It'll
Mhm.
be YouTube, but adorably CGI.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Finally, we can be adorable.
Giant eyes and rosy
And we're
cheeks.
always gonna have like an eyebrow up like that,
Uh-huh.
you know, on
Yeah.
the poster. Yeah. Do you know who I heard a rumor it's gonna be the new Batman?
No.
Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a rumor.
That's
I
a
don't know if
rumor.
it's true.
I heard that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be the villain in the next Spider-Man movie.
That is definitely
Although it's been
almost
true.
certainly true.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, look at Mr. Incredible. He was in Incredibles,
Mm-hmm.
and he was Coach.
That's true.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Captain America and
Right.
Killmonger were both Human Torches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what about Josh Brolin? He played Thanos and the guy who shot Harvey Milk.
That's true.
Whoa,
So
spoiler.
Two great villains.
Yeah, that's
I don't like
true.
when they cross over the milk in the Marvel universe.
I agree. I agree. Those, well, the Milk fanboys, you know, they're a rabid bunch. And, yeah. But hey, everybody, welcome to the show. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Mob Crush.
Cool. I'm not crushed.
Yeah, the streaming platform. You play video games?
No.
You play video games?
Yeah.
I've played a video game once.
Oh, I played
I
a
liked
video
it.
game.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
liked it.
Ms. Pac-Man.
You played one of Miss Pac-Man,
I
and you were
once
like,
played.
yeah,
Well,
I get this.
That's
Yeah.
very.
Miss Pac-Man.
That's
Miss
Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a feminist.
That's very open-minded of you that you played.
I'm very.
Ms.
I went to Vassar. So,
Pac-Man.
East Coasters. That means I'm everyone off the East Coast have no idea what that is.
I know that reference. I know that that's the proper thing to say
Yeah.
when you say that.
Who are we?
Oh.
So,
Whoa.
I'm
That really blew my mind.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's what I watch a lot of Dan Rather interviews, and he often asks the guest, he's questioned, who are you?
So, what?
Oh.
Gee me.
I'm already drunk and it's Sunday morning. I used to really love watching Larry King because you could tell that Larry King did not care whether or not you knew the person. Like, sometimes you knew them, and that was a great interview, and sometimes you didn't. So years and years and years ago, when I was still living in New Jersey, he had Meatloaf on.
Mm-hmm.
And Meatloaf just had I Would Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That. That was a huge hit. Yeah, and Larry King had no idea. He didn't know who Meatloaf was. He's like, what have you been doing for the last 15 years? I have the #1 song in the country. What is it? And that was when I realized Larry King doesn't know who anyone is.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
who are
awesome,
we?
though.
Yeah, so I'm Matt Manser,
Hi, Matt.
and that's Dan Bannis.
I'm Dan Bannis.
I'm Brian Snapnitsky.
Yes, our guest.
Yeah.
Who some of you know from
The old Woody and Buzz podcast.
Defunct Woody and Buzz.
Because I killed it.
Well, because, look, the
Mhm.
culture moved on.
Yeah, the culture
Yeah.
moved on, and
What's Woody and Buzz? Because you're talking about it as if you
Woody
say you
and Buzz
don't
is
know what it is.
Woody and Buzz is a podcast in which we would have watched Woody Allen films, and then we would discuss said films with a guest.
yeah. So
I was on one.
Yeah.
You were great.
Which film did we watch?
That one that was just okay.
It was Played Against Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the conversation would go anywhere. It was as if we saw a movie in the theater, and then am I supposed to look at you guys or the camera?
Look at us.
Look at everyone.
Yeah.
Look at everyone at
You
all
could talk.
times.
Yeah, you could talk about the movie. You could not talk about the movie, and they were really good conversations.
Mhm.
But the temperature in the country justifiably changed, and I just had an issue personally with promoting Woody Allen at this time. Dealing with my fandom and conflicted issues about him.
My argument is that it's more of a deconstruction than a celebration.
Yeah.
But different strokes, right?
You should
And,
do a Different Strokes podcast.
Oh my god, there's probably 200 episodes.
Look, man, the culture has moved on.
Yeah. The world don't move to the beat of that drum anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But Brian's here. He's a funny guy. He's a talented fellow,
Thank you.
and
always good to hear.
we're happy to have him.
Awesome.
And this show is Joke Zero.
Yeah.
So what is Joke Zero? I'm just leading the interview today.
Portion.
Pretending I'm Larry King where I don't know anything.
What is joke zero?
What is that?
Where am I?
As it's zero jokes, what's going on here?
Zero. What is that? It's harder to say than it sounds. Zero, like
Joke zero.
is zero a real thing? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Didn't they just teach bees about zero? That was a joke story we covered.
They
right.
taught who?
The bees were taught about zero, the concept of zero.
Wow. And did they understand it?
Yeah, well, here's what happened. They're like, okay, bees, there are 2 sets of bees, and this set had honey, and this set had 0 honey,
Okay.
and the one that had honey, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making this up, and I messed it up.
But yeah, there was a real
Yeah.
research thing where they taught bees about zero.
The
So they
concept
said,
of 0.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
seems kind of, how would you know that they understand it?
I don't think they understand it.
But you're not a bee.
I'm not a bee.
So you understand zero.
I understand zero.
Good. So, joke zero is what we're trying to do. We write jokes every week, and we say them with a microphone here, and we stream them. And the idea is that we're trying to pinpoint the most quintessential joke of each week, the most fundamental joke. And then once we do that, then eventually we're going to go through and try to find the most quintessential fundamental of the quintessential fundamental. The platonic ideal of a joke, as Leslie Sina might say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what you just said, but I'll
Great.
go along with it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just the joke that boiled down to its elements
Yeah.
is
The best. Yeah.
is the joke where all other jokes could come from.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
get
could say.
Yeah. See, he gets
Yeah,
it.
he gets it.
We can get right into it. Enough futzing about.
So is it worth... so you guys are doing topical jokes?
Generally speaking, yes.
Okay. I'm doing jokes from a joke packet that I wrote 2.5 years ago.
Great.
So some of these, I mean, all of them are not current. They're references to Obama, A Happier Time, 2.5 years ago. Pop culture from 2.5 years ago.
But if it is joke zero, if any of those jokes are joke zero, then it shouldn't matter if they're
Yeah.
topical. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Maybe a trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
sounds like.
Yeah.
but here's one that is interesting. Maybe this is joke zero. Janet Jackson reveals a, quote, intense battle with depression. Jackson's fans were shocked that was the best mental illness she could come up with. You know, for a Jackson.
Oh.
No, for a Jackson.
I should have said for a Jackson.
I like for a Jackson at the
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I think, if you were on your Netflix special, you would get like a decent laugh, and you would pause and say, for a Jackson, and then the wave would come.
Just sort of what I did in a
Yeah.
weird
Yeah.
No,
it
you
was sort of out of necessity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now I know, though. Now we all know.
But yeah, I guess it's a bit run of the mill as far as
for a Jackson.
For a Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Depression? Oh boy, gee, I wonder what that's like.
I mean, I don't know. Some of the Jacksons are probably.
I think
Fine.
Reedy seems pretty together.
Yeah, Reeby Jackson.
Yeah. Jackie.
Jackie, sure.
Joshua Jackson.
Joshua Jackson. Samuel L.
Yeah, Kate Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jackson Brown.
Jackson Brown,
Yeah.
Jackson Pollock.
Mm-hmm. All the Jacksons.
He's probably somewhat depressed, though.
No, do you think? I think no.
I bet Jackson Brown has had his struggles.
Yeah.
Like all
I'm
those
sure he
guys.
has,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
From the singer-songwriter
I mean,
days
he's
of the
been
late
running
60s.
on empty, so
Ah.
it's not.
It's depressing.
Yeah.
Alright, should I?
So that's what we do
Yeah.
here at Joke Zero. Now we do
That's
next
more
joke.
or less what
Yeah.
I do.
Oh. And I'll save that one. That one's. Oh, here we go. Paul McCartney announced he is releasing a new album. He said he's looking forward to playing the new songs in concert because his fans could use as many bathroom breaks as possible.
Nice.
Because that's what happens when a new song is played.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well,
Yeah,
this is my chance.
right.
I saw Paul McCartney a few years ago, and I think it's also like it's an opportunity to stand down or talk to who you're with or whatever, and then you check back in. All right, I have a joke that's similar to that joke.
Yeah, do.
That's why I'm pausing in my thoughts and blabbing. I like your joke, but it immediately makes me think of a joke I have from 2.5 years ago.
Oh,
Well,
great.
comedians should be
You can
self-interested.
compare and contrast.
I have to find it though.
It's alright.
Okay. Oh, should we talk about your joke more?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Then we
I
can
was
talk
gonna-
about
I was
the two
gonna
jokes.
fill
We can
time.
figure out which joke, and then we can advance that joke to joke 0 because it's a bracket. So I have from 2.5 years ago. Immediately following the Super Bowl, Fox will be airing an episode of New Girl, giving football fans 30 minutes to urinate. Similar jokes.
30 minutes to urinate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her song with M Ward.
And more.
Because Zoe Deschanel is she and him with M Ward.
And
that's the urinate song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she sings it like,
I urinate.
Yeah. On a ukulele.
Urinate for 30 minutes. Yeah, that's
And
her
she's
good
adorable.
song sound like.
adorable even.
She's adorable.
50% of her marriage is no.
That's
a
the wrong
different
show.
one.
No.
It's a different one. But here's an interesting thing that happened recently. Not, I mean, more recent. Anyway, actress Heather Locklear was hospitalized after threatening to shoot herself. Yeah. God, it's so wild. It almost sounds like the plotline from an overwrought mid-90s primetime soap opera, namely Beverly Hills 90210.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That joke had a twist.
Twist a joke in it. Yeah.
I think that joke is
It's
sad.
too sad.
You know, I
to
think
be
people
funny.
have love for Heather Locklear.
Mhm.
And yeah, I didn't know that news, and I felt really
Yeah.
bad because that just calls attention to perhaps she is battling some sort of Jackson family depression as
Yeah.
well.
Well,
So
she
that was
was
not a comedy, that was a
Right.
sadity.
They call her the
Yeah.
ninth Jackson sibling. How many Jackson siblings are there?
I think there's 9.
I
Well,
think
she's the ninth one.
No, because there's the original Jackson 5
plus Randy is
plus
6.
Randy 6, and then there's
Uh-huh.
3 sisters. There's Janet, Latoya, and Rebby or Reby.
Or Reedy, yeah.
However you say that.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I made you sad with that joke.
Yeah.
It is sad, but
That is sad.
yeah, she dated David Spade, so
Did she?
everyone did.
Everyone dated David Spade?
You know, he's like one of the most
He's the Scott
prolific.
Baio of David
He's
Spade.
one of the most prolific Hollywood
It's-
single dudes
Wow.
in like modern times. Yeah.
Good for David Spade, I guess.
Yeah.
Keeping it sad,
Yeah.
did you know David Spade's brother, whose name I don't know, let's call him Andy Spade,
Yeah.
was married to Kate
Spade.
And they're
His
in love.
sister, which is Frank. No, sorry.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, it is
That is
sad.
bizarre.
I'm just gonna keep going back to the sad.
yeah, you made it sadder. That you doubled down on the sadness.
Sad. That's a sad.
Very
Very
sad.
sensitive.
Sad zero.
Dan usually saves his saddest jokes for the
Yeah.
very end.
Well, these first ones were ones that I didn't get to last time.
Yeah.
And so they were towards the end, and then I put them at the beginning. It's a whole situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry for ruining the show right at the time.
Ugh. I think it's me.
No. Should I go with a joke that mentions Kate Spade on the topic? Sure. It's not about her. It's okay. Don't worry. At a concert, Pearl Jam paid tribute to Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade. However, after trying to understand Eddie better, it's possible he was actually paying tribute to literally anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to talk. It's hard to hear him. You know.
It's hard to
Like.
It's like.
It's like, what are you, Zoe Deschanel?
Yeah, he's Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah.
If they did a duet, that's might sound.
It might sound a little like this. That's as much as I can do.
Sunshine rainbow connection. I'm the guy in the swamp.
Deborah, doing Ray Romano.
I think Eddie Vedder is the impression they throw to like comedians who can't do impressions on SNL. Like when they do a lineup of like, here's all like your favorite artists doing songs from cartoons, and it's this person's fashion freshman, and then here's someone doing Eddie Vedder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here you go,
Sandler.
26th person.
Yeah.
And then
No,
Eddie Vedder.
Sandler's was pretty good.
Yeah, but he definitely did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it was
yeah. Well, Sandler is a very talented comedian in my estimation, I would say. Not to say that I like a lot of his stuff, but I think he's very, very talented. I just don't think it's geared towards me.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
I liked him on SNL.
No, I like a lot of his
Man
stuff.
and
But,
Cajun Man.
Yeah.
I liked all that.
but there's a lot of stuff that I think we all agree that we probably don't like.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's geared towards us.
totally. I like to put things on a list of usually just anything in the art world or the popular culture that I consider good.
Mm-hmm.
I won't argue that. I just don't particularly like it.
Yes.
Like The Matrix. I'm just
Right.
not into the Matrix movies, including the first one. But I'm not saying it's bad. Just not for me. Whereas I can see with the Adam Sandler.
Boing.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of I think people are quick to say, I don't like The Matrix, therefore it sucks. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like The Matrix. It's just not fun.
Therefore, I suck.
Therefore,
Yeah.
I suck. Oh, damn it, you ruined my great list that I always bring up.
List of reasons you suck.
Yeah.
But
I really enjoyed Rod Schneider on Saturday Night Live.
he's a funny
I
guy.
thought that he was sort of built for that show, and he really contributed.
Well, on a similar, I thought Chris Kattan had a lot of very funny stuff
Mhm.
until he didn't.
Got
But when he did, he did.
it.
But then he didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
he did. When did he did and when did he didn't?
He did when 1996, 1997,
Out of the gate, he was
1998. He did.
Yeah.
1999 onwards.
Like
He did not.
Like Mango was a did not.
Mango was a did not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Mr. Peepers was, I think, a did at first, but then you get the joke.
They
I
added
think his
a
characters don't need to come back. Like,
Right.
he's very strong out of the gate, and that was funny, and with repeated viewings, instead of, like, falling in love with the catchphrase or developing the character further, it's just, we've seen this.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Chris Kattan fell into that.
But that like lieutenant or whatever, who would just talk in a
Gibberish
secret
guy?
way.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
It was fun.
He was called Lieutenant?
I don't
He had
know.
different jobs.
Yeah.
That's it, like, what if a guy who spoke in gibberish had different jobs? What's the
Okay.
character?
I think probably what was happening, because I was like, this guy's really funny at first. I think that he was probably, I'm just making this up, but he's probably just copying what Will Ferrell was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would both do a similar, like, oh yeah, rah! Like, get really, like, crazy. And I bet, like, he was just kind of like, oh, this guy's really funny, and just kind of stealing his moves. Maybe not. If Chris Kattan, if that's not true, I apologize.
Maybe Will Ferrell was copying Chris Kattan and elevating it.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But I know that
because
a lot
Chris Kattan was Comedy Zero.
Oh yeah.
And then Will Ferrell built on it. I'm paying attention.
But I only say this not because I know, but I know that a lot of people who were there have said that they had issues with Chris Kattan. It's just what
Tracy Morgan did. In Tracy Morgan's book, he goes off on Chris Kattan a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who I think is a genius, Tracy Morgan. I think he's very, very funny.
I wasn't sure of him on SNL, and then on 30 Rock, I was like, oh, Tracy Morgan.
He was kind of opposite of Chris Kattan, where he did not start well out of the gate, and then he found Brian Fellows and Astronaut Jones.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, this guy's fun.
Yeah.
That's interesting when it takes some people a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a couple years you're like this person, and then you love them.
It's I think it was like, because he's like kind of he's like a kind of a bigger black guy. People assumed he would be like the intimidating guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not him at all.
Yeah, he presents as that, but he actually,
like,
plays
he's
like vulnerable and messed up and needy.
Yeah, he's like an absurd. He's one of the greatest like absurdists, I think, of modern times. Like when I think just seeing him on Conan and some of his times on Letterman are really, really fantastic. Like he's very brilliant, you know.
Yeah.
And his stand-up, I think, is really underrated.
I don't think I've watched a lot of his stand-up.
Yeah. He's a good, funny guy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Whose joke is it?
I think it's Brian's
I was trying to think
joke.
who's joking. Is it my joke?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's
yours.
yours.
What was the joke we started with
That
there?
was a long time ago. It was that Pearl Jam joke.
Oh my god. Alright. 2.5 years ago, after reports to the contrary, Tim Burton announced that Beetlejuice 2 is actually not happening. Unless you say Beetlejuice 2 3 times fast.
Uh-huh.
So it is happening.
Well,
We didn't say it.
Do we say it?
We can do it.
Let's not make it.
Okay.
No, I want to, though.
Oh, I would say Beetlejuice 2.
All right.
Mhm.
Oh, wait. Does it work?
It just has to be right in a row, right?
Doesn't
So,
make it happen.
Beetlejuice 2, Beetlejuice 2, Beetlejuice 2.
It starts at 1:34. Let's go. Have fun, man. I would. Oh, so that was the joke. We can talk about Beetlejuice 2, the concept.
Yeah.
The joke. I like that joke. I think that joke
It's a
is a
funny
little
joke.
obvious, but I do like that joke.
No, it's a
I'm
good
gonna pat myself on
joke.
the
Well,
back.
that would have been that's like a great monologue joke. I
Yeah.
think, you know, tight to the point. People are like, I understand that, and I'm smart for getting
Yeah,
it.
everyone gets the reference.
Yeah.
I mean, one hand may be obvious, but obvious jokes still need to be told. Like, someone's got to tell it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a low-hanging fruit, needs to be plucked.
A lot of
just as much.
Plucked first.
Yeah, so pluck it.
A lot of the country likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the country, at a prison in southern Illinois, a murder suspect and 2 other inmates bust a hole in the jail wall to escape, said the remaining prisoners. A hole in the wall? Why didn't I think of that? Yeah.
I think it's sad.
You think that was
Because you're
sad?
saying that prisoners are stupid.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
They came up with a hole. I never would have thought of building a hole in the wall.
Mhm.
I would have been like, it would have been the first thing that I would just dismiss because I'm so dumb.
I mean, did
Yeah.
you see Shawshank Redemption? Is that what
I
they
did.
Escape from Alcatraz, the movie on the true story. I think that's what they did.
Ah.
Very
The
slowly.
Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah. Hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Paddington Part 2,
Was there a hole in the wall?
which is one of the greatest movies of.
I've heard the 2 Paddingtons are great.
The second one way better than the
Wow.
first one. Yeah, it's really good. You should watch it. Yeah. But anyway, let's tell jokes that are more positive, more uplifting towards humanity.
Oh, here's one.
Humanity.
We'll see if this works spoken out loud rather than seeing it. The Beach Boys have the #1 album on the classical music chart. However, that may have been due to a typo after someone spelled beach without the letter E. It's a thinker. Imagine the word beach without the letter E.
Oh!
They thought it was the Bot Boys.
That really needs you like the visual cue.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think it's a great joke, first of all. But I think, like, if this was Weekend Update, and then you knew you had, I guess...
Yeah, if you had, like, a picture of Bach.
Yeah, or, like, Brian Wilson or Mike Love, and then you put, like...
Put, like, a Bach
everything on.
This is what you
That's
put.
great.
This is what you put. It's like a bunch of, like, teen heartthrobs, sort of, but they're, like, really kind of music nerd guys. Who like they play Bach, but they're also like cute and handsome. Like that would be the Bach boys, and they would be like for classical music fans. They would be like, "Oh my god, classical music is cool now. Have you seen the Bach boys?" You know, and they get all excited. But everyone else would be like, "Wait, no, this is stupid." Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm not gonna remember this. I don't know why I'm bringing it up. Damn it. Never mind. It'll come back to me 5 minutes from now and be like, "Oh, I thought of the greatest cover band." And I can't remember now. It was like that, and why I wish you could have this out, but whatever. It was hilarious, and I came up with it. But I don't remember what it was.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I bet it was great. Yeah.
Whose turn was it?
Your turn.
Oh, yeah.
It goes
It's
quick.
going quickly now. It's a joke. Alright, let's do this in honor of Woody and Buzzed. 2.5 years ago, when Girls was on the air, new research has revealed that HBO's Girls gets its biggest ratings from males over the age of 50. When reached for comment, Woody Allen responded, "No comment."
No comment.
Interesting story. No comment. The key to doing a Woody Allen impression, besides all of that, is to hit your T's hard. No comment. I don't want to go there.
Don't?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Centralized T's.
That helps.
Yeah. That helps.
Well, heck, Thursday was the longest day of the year, the first day of summer, and the longest day of the year. Particularly for those who went to see Jurassic World. Yay.
Oh. Because it's not a good movie or a long movie?
Because it's not good. It makes time go slowly.
Are you Jurassic World Park fans?
I liked the first movie.
I've never been into them. And people love them.
You didn't like the first movie?
I thought the dinosaurs were really cool. And, you know, I liked it and I thought the dinosaurs were cool and I didn't think about it again. And I knew it was a big hit. I wasn't aware for the longest time that people loved it. And as, like, people got older and they talked about Jurassic Park, I didn't know that this was a beloved film.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a film that happened and people liked dinosaurs. But
yeah,
I'm
kind of
not
the same way, yeah.
Yeah, I love Spielberg.
Yeah.
I was not into it.
What about Beloved? That's a beloved film.
Yeah, Beloved is a beloved film. And underrated. Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I want to.
I haven't seen it either.
I got you.
Oh, but you've seen it. Oh my god, you're playing so many angles. I heard Beloved is quite great.
Yeah,
I've heard it stars a very clever girl, so...
Jurassic World or Beloved?
Beloved, yeah, Beloved.
But Jurassic Park is an interesting movie because, when I was at the age when it came out where it was like, I had seen like all the Star Wars and Indiana Jones type movies on VCR, you know, I was a little boy. And then when Jurassic Park came out, it was like, honestly, the first movie in theaters that was like that kind of movie that I got to see in the movie theater. So it was like, it was really big for me, you know. But I remember when the second one came out, I was like, oh my god, we're finally going to have the movie for our generation, you know. And I was like, I hated the second one. It was terrible.
I am the minority of people who enjoy the second one more. And I don't know if I've seen it again,
I can
thought it was really exciting when I was into it.
If you're not remotely interested in it on a like story level, then I can see how that could be the case.
Okay.
But if you actually wanted to take it seriously, then it's like, what the heck? But I will say, when Jurassic Park came out, it does have this reputation today as like a classic. But I remember the reviews were not super, like, they were like you said, they were like, it was fun and good. But it wasn't like immediately embraced like critically, aside from just being above average and with really good special effects. But I do think it is very good. I mean, I think it's, certainly by today's standards, it has themes and thoughts and things, you know. So,
things.
Yeah.
Do you think at the time perhaps the reviews were not as celebratory because blockbusters had more going on beneath the surface, so people were used to themes? and character. Now we get blockbusters without that.
I
We go back to the past and it's like, you know what? Jurassic Park is really great compared to some of the stuff we get today.
I don't know. I mean, I can see what you're saying, but I actually feel like it still is better than most of the blockbusters of that time period. I mean, I think it's on par with like Terminator or
I think Terminator and Terminator 2 are superior.
Perhaps, but I think it's in the same league. I'm a huge fan of The Abyss. I think The Abyss is deeply underrated, but I think it's partially because the ending is kind of goofy. But as a movie, it's really well done. I think it's like some of James Cameron's best work. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird thing, Jurassic Park, because all the other movies I think are very terrible, like astonishingly bad. But I do think the first one is good. So, I don't know. Whatever. What do you think? Do you think there's a joke?
But I really like that joke.
Yeah,
I like the joke. I would put that on
joke.
the list. I'd move that.
Here's the one about the band Foreigner. All right.
Hopefully that's not the punchline.
Foreigner has announced a reunion concert with all original members next month in South Dakota. And out of habit, Donald Trump is trying to figure out how to separate foreigners from their children.
I knew that was going to be right away. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's a great joke.
It's also sad though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's also sad.
Well, I think all the best jokes have a hint of sadness.
Yeah, because there's truth there.
Yeah, because life is sad.
Yeah. What is also nice about that joke is it doesn't announce itself as a political joke, as a takedown.
Right.
Yeah,
because you think you're going to make fun of like these old guys who are in Foreigner.
Yeah, but I would never make fun of Foreigner.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, but...
All right, what's a famous Foreigner song?
There you got Cold as Ice. You got Feels Like the First Time.
Oh, that's a great song.
Hot-Blooded.
Hot-Blooded, that song?
Double Vision.
Everything from Ace of Base.
Yeah. They're Foreigners.
So Foreigner is one of those bands where you hear hit songs and you don't know who does them.
I mean, I do.
But they're all Foreigner.
Yeah, but
like America. America is a band that does a ton of songs.
Yeah.
And you don't realize they're all America. Horse with No Name.
Which, ironically, every America song is from a non-foreigner.
That's
from an America.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Donald Trump in the Battle Royale, or the Battle of the Bands between America and Foreigner.
Yeah.
He's Team America.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm Team America, too, actually.
Yeah.
With those two bands.
So is Trey Parker.
He's Team America.
My friend Brenna Campbell, shout out.
Yeah, baby. She needs to get on the show. I missed that.
Oh yeah, but her dad is currently the bass player for America.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm seeing America. I'm seeing America in a few weeks.
Oh yeah.
At the OC Fair with Jefferson Starship, but Jefferson Starship is one of those bands where it's like one guy who's been there for 40 years and a bunch of people who joined in 1998.
Yeah.
But really, it's going for America.
Yeah. So I think the Jefferson Starship it's probably Mickey Thomas.
Mickey Thomas isn't even there.
Oh, then who is it?
It's people you don't know, plus like the keyboardist who's been there for 40 years, but they have the name Jefferson Starship.
Yeah, I think Mickey Thomas tours with Starship. Because there's been 3 different versions.
Yeah.
There's Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, and Starship. So I think Mickey Thomas does Starship. I guess his keyboard player does Jefferson Starship. I don't think anyone's doing Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah, it's like Yes, where you have to make sure when you see Yes, it's the right Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And the guy who owns Yes, don't go see Yes. Don't go see it.
But I think Yes is back now with like original members, or at least like the lead singer and the
that's
keyboard
something
player.
like Yes featuring ARC or ARC in Yes. That's the band that you want to see.
They should do an update. Jefferson Interdimensional Transport.
Yeah.
You know?
You could probably do that.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, let's make that.
We just need
one
member.
Do a joke?
Let's do a joke. Pick one at random, go back to my phone, and we're gonna do... I'm just gonna keep ones that really announced 2.5 years ago. 10 Cloverfield Lane was released in movie theaters this week 2.5 years ago. It was made in secret, takes place in a dimly lit apartment, and features a surprise cameo by Bradley Cooper. Kind of like every middle-aged woman's sexual fantasy. That's
just true.
It was made in secret, takes place in a dimly lit apartment, and features a surprise cameo by Bradley Cooper.
I like that he's just in a cameo.
Yeah.
It's like she's with her husband or something, Bradley Cooper.
And she looks down. Bradley, it was you the whole time.
Great. Finally, someone takes down 10 Cloverfield Lane. The American swamp sparrow has been singing the same song for a millennium. Unfortunately, the song is smoothed by Rob Thomas and Carlos Santana. There's a logical inconsistency in that show. Let's see if you guys can find it out. But anyway, let's move on.
Well, let's figure this out. I think it is for a millennia.
Right.
So that's what,
maybe he's
that's 1,000 years or so?
Yeah.
No, but he's in Jefferson's International Transport. He's a
international-
founding member. Intergalactic time traveling transport.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, what else is
But
going
what do you
on?
think of the choice of song for the sparrow to be singing? I think that's it. I think it's the right choice. I mean, I wrote it, but I agree with that.
I think, and this song is kind of like, it was like fine when it came out, then it just kind of overplayed.
Right.
But there might be something that's sort of more universally annoying, but you also want to pick something that's like
Yeah.
obvious too. Is the other problem.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to just say
the Macarena.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, you think the Macarena is good?
No, I mean, that would be one that drives people crazy.
Yes.
Yes.
But something that people like at first and drove them nuts.
That's why I think this is the right answer. But
Or maybe something older because it's to remove that.
It's
Something
around Bach Boys.
Yeah, it was something from 1918, right?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
1918.
No.
Yeah.
Wrong. I did a century.
It would have to be 1008.
1018.
Yeah.
What songs are from?
Unfortunately, the song is a guy
Killing another guy.
clacking on a jug
harp.
or some
Yeah.
crap. Yeah.
It's the sounds of a lion killing a calf.
Holy moly.
It's me.
On Sunday, no less.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this happened. Friday singer Rebecca Black recently turned 21, which means next year she'll be 22, and 23 comes afterwards. It's from her song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You have to do it with the beat of it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
You have to. Can you sing it?
Because it was like, what was it? It was like, yesterday was Thursday, today is Friday,
Saturday afterwards comes
tomorrow is Saturday, and Sunday comes afterward.
Just afterwards?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is.
I don't want this weekend to end, something like that.
Afterwards is a degree of incompetence. That's astonishing. Yeah.
I think we needed a syllable there.
I don't think after works better.
I mean, that's how I wrote it, but then I was putting jokes together for our Top Story Weekly, Sundays at 8, with Lauren Scharf, and she said it's afterwards. And I'm like, okay.
But that's insane. But
That's what it is.
Are we plugging things?
It's almost like a Rebecca Black is not the musical genius we were told.
She didn't write it.
Does she still have songs?
I
Is she
think
still
so. She
recording
didn't
those?
write that song. Don't put that on her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's a
Rebecca.
13-year-old who's just like,
But she
write
sold it.
She's
you
a
know,
lovely
whatever
young
she did,
woman.
She sold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good
I
for her.
mean, yeah. Just support young artists, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You know?
The future.
Yeah.
Jokes. Alright. The Big Bang Theory remains the country's highest rated television show. The country's lowest rated show, a Discovery Channel special about the actual Big Bang Theory.
That's a sad one, too.
Yeah. Well, on a similar
sad
note, yeah, just to keep it moving along, graphic novelist convicted in fiance's grisly 2016 slaying, referred to as a slow, excruciating, painful death. I mean, I've heard of graphic novelist, but this is.
How did you write that?
I've heard of graphic novelist, but Anyway,
That's the right way to write that.
yeah.
You don't need to finish that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
That's
let's
the
be
joke.
honest, sort of a sad joke.
Yeah.
Sort of. Just sort of.
The saddest episode.
Well, ABC announced that they are bringing back a version of Roseanne that doesn't have Roseanne Barr or viewers.
Yeah. She's kind of the linchpin of the franchise.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the audience they brought in are going to not watch just in protest.
Probably.
To support Roseanne.
That's probably true.
Yeah. I mean, it was obvious they were going to do this.
Yeah.
Also because all these actors probably would get paid otherwise, so why not get product out of it?
Right.
Yeah.
I must say, I think the way Roseanne handled this has been very... it shows a great deal of dignity in a way.
I agree. I think the worry is the way Roseanne seems to act and tweet is that she will completely trample all over that dignity and goodwill.
Oh, probably on Twitter. Yeah.
Like, let's see when the show actually comes on.
Yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate. And I do know, she has mental illness issues, no question about it. But she's very, very talented, very, very funny. And the show, I thought, was generally very good. And Sarah Gilbert was extremely good on it. And she's a producer on it, too.
Yeah, I watched like 2 episodes, and she was really good, and Lauren Metcalf was great.
Yeah.
I love John Goodman, and you were just reminded that, as great as he is, and as great as he is in movies, he is just a born sitcom actor, which is the same way I feel about Danny DeVito on It's Always Sunny. I love Danny DeVito, but it's like, whoa. And I love Taxi. As a kid, I would watch reruns of Taxi all the time, and Danny DeVito is just made for that medium. Henry Winkler on Barry, just another guy.
I haven't seen it yet. I really haven't seen it.
He's hilarious. Yeah. And it's like some guys, some actors, actresses are just born to do sitcoms and should always be doing it. Yeah.
The Henry Winkler resurgence is pretty cool.
I love it.
10 years.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool.
Hey, jukebox.
The coolest thing ever.
Hey.
But John Goodman is fantastic. I will say, he's so good that there were moments when I was watching the show where I was like, he was like too good, where I'm like, that is some method anger, where I felt like the studio audience is like, Jesus Christ, like he really is 16-year-old frustrated Midwestern guy, and you're like, oh my Lord. I think it's the whole thing is very sad, but
yeah, you know what? Going back to sad, I do agree, and I really I didn't watch Roseanne regularly, and I wasn't going to. It's really too bad the way it all played out, because I think that there's a need for this show Roseanne on TV. I think there's a need to show a working class family struggling with the kind of issues that people on that show struggled with, and it's really too bad that all of the political weight crashed in on it, and that Roseanne behaved the way she did, because I think that the audience is hungry for that show.
100%. Yeah. I was a champion of it, and I wish it went differently. But hey, who knows? Maybe something good will come out of it. Maybe the Connors will become a classic. Look at Fraser Crane.
Seriously,
that show.
Look at the Hogan family.
Yeah, Paul Hogan.
The Tortellis.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, Joe?
Google
it. Joe.
I'm losing track of who's going. What is this joke? The Kids' Choice Awards. The Kids' Choice Awards are this weekend, and spoiler alert, for the 16th year in a row, kids still choose ice cream puppies and farting in their younger siblings' pillow.
Yeah, the kids usually make poor choices.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's what they always choose.
Oh my gosh. Well, on a similar note, a venomous caterpillar caused a Florida teen to experience, quote, the worst pain he ever felt. That was after the venomous caterpillar broke up with the teen over text message.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, at least he didn't ghost him.
Yeah, that's true.
I really like that joke.
Nice,
It's sad though.
Yeah.
The joke tells a story when you get to the end and you think this broken relationship and it hurts. The caterpillar can probably date a lot of other people and knows it.
Well, the caterpillar probably going through some changes.
God only knows whether the caterpillar will come out ahead or where the caterpillar will end up. one hopes it'll be a positive change, but who knows?
Yeah. Well, what else is happening? Other stuff. Not that one. Okay. Paramount is developing a third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. In this movie, the turtles get even more mutated after being exposed to water in Flint, Michigan.
Oh.
Ooh.
Still happening.
Yeah.
Still happening.
It's a sad one again.
Yeah. And then people just get used to that. Then there's a million other news stories, and there's the water in Flint, Michigan, and the rest of the country's like, we've moved on.
Right.
I'm just bringing it into the sad still.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, wouldn't that be awesome if that joke became a reality?
If
it took place in Flint, Michigan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or if it became reality, like turtles in the actual Flint, Michigan got mutated and developed ninja powers.
And then went to get revenge on Governor Rick Snyder.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah. Joke. Alright, so this is from 2.5 years ago before the Trump years.
Mm-hmm.
HBO recently aired... These are all pop culture jokes, obviously. HBO recently aired the documentary 41, which bills itself as an intimate look at President George Bush Sr. Oddly enough, production has already begun on a sequel airing in 8 years, which will bankrupt HBO, start an unprovoked war with Showtime, and foreclose on 12 Game of Thrones castles.
Oh!
Because it's George W. Bush!
I like it.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of imagery.
But wait, didn't they make that movie 41 and it was about, whatchamacallit?
Roger Maris?
No.
42 is about Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
61 is about Roger Maris.
Yes.
Okay.
What other number movies? The number 23 is about Jim Carrey doing something.
Yeah. What about that new Jim Carrey movie? It looks insanely disturbing.
Oh, I just heard that there is one that he shot in, like, Bangladesh or somewhere.
It was like, it's a very unpleasant trailer to watch. But on a lighter note, Tent City for Migrant Children puts Texas border town in limelight. Shows how things have changed. In my day, if there was a tent city filled with migrant children in a limelight, it was because the circus was in town. Sorry about that.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Now a tent is terrible.
It's terrible. A tent city? Yeah, it is a terrible thing.
Circuses are kind of terrible too, though.
Yeah, how are they still happening, you know?
Are there still circuses?
There
The
was
kids
one
get
in
excited.
Burbank just recently.
Oh, really?
Ringling? No, it wasn't.
The kids want to go to the circus? Like,
That's a great question.
because, with all the better has entertainment and stimulation right now.
Game Boys and Ataris.
Yeah, anything you can hold in your hand.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
seeing a clown and an acrobat and a sad elephant.
Right.
Is that exciting for a child?
Mm.
I think it is. I think seeing stuff.
There's
in
no
real life-
substitute for a sad elephant.
Yeah.
I think it's better to see something live than to see it on a video. Wait a minute. We're a video. Well, we're live also, so I guess it checks out.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So we are as good as a circus. Let's see. Paul McCartney, Foreigner. Those. Fran Drescher is hinting that she may try to revive her sitcom The Nanny. She explained that after Roseanne was canceled, there's room on TV for a star with a really annoying laugh.
That's great.
Yeah.
They should just on the Connors end it with Fran Drescher just going.
She should move in
on the title. Yeah.
They should bring back the Golden Girls. It should be Roseanne. It should be Fran Drescher. It should be Felicia Rashad as the Arthur kind of straight woman. And who is the craziest of them?
You have Betty White become Sophia.
And Betty White as
Call
Sophia.
it the Nasal Girls.
The Nasal.
Felicia Rashad and Betty White.
Yeah. President Obama. President Obama announced that he supports the decriminalization of marijuana. The president would have... I'm getting bad in the middle of these. I keep having to restart. We're going to do it again with President Obama announcing that he supports the decriminalization of marijuana. The president would have elaborated, but he was too busy watching Family Guy and eating Funyuns. Stoned, ladies and gentleman.
He was our famously stoner president.
That's why he was the first cool president.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Well, oh gosh, GOP Senate candidate Kevin Kramer said there's, quote, nothing inhumane about a chain link fence. Yeah, Kramer wouldn't be saying that if he'd ever experienced a deep mahogany red wood fence. Now that's living.
I like the performance jokes, like the jokes that depend on a little bit of Dennis' performance at the end or the trail off.
Yeah. I like making jokes that I'm like, no one knows how to do this with me. Which probably means poorly written.
Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails called out Taylor Swift for not speaking out against Donald Trump. In response, Swift called out Reznor for not speaking out against Katy Perry. He is not taking a stand. I think in this day and age, more than ever, you gotta speak out against Katy Perry.
I agree.
I agree with that too.
Although with Independence Day right around the corner, Katy Perry's work will be more relevant than ever.
Yes.
Well,
she had a song called Firework.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This is how bizarre my mind has gotten.
When I think of Katy Perry, I solely think of California Girls. That is the Katy Perry song.
California Girls? You're thinking of the Bach Boys.
The Bach. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. It's a collaboration. It's Katy Perry and the Bach Boys.
John Mayer? That's how you say it. John
Cougar Mayer.
John Cougar Mayer just released a song about ketchup and mustard. In response, Mayonnaise will be recording a new song with Taylor Swift.
That's great.
Yeah.
More like John Mayo.
John Mayer.
This is so joke. This is not a good joke. The National Transportation and Safety Board, NTSB, says pilot who crashed plane into Lake Erie killing his family was awake for 17 hours before the flight, said an NTSB rep. Before you judge, just think about how excited you used to get the night before crashing your plane into Lake Erie, killing your family. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sad. That gets the patented sad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Writing that and saying it.
Yeah, that's sad. A ballot, and this is an old story, but it's like 2 weeks old. It's not 2.5 years old. A ballot initiative in California could divide it into 3 separate states. Those states would be North California, South California, and Kale Smoothie Stand.
Pretty fun.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think I'm running out of jokes, but I know there's a couple in here. Disney has been marketing the new movie Zootopia to furries. That's the joke. Disney has been marketing the new movie Zootopia to furries. For those of you who don't know, furries are when a man in a squirrel suit loves a woman in a bear suit very much, for no respect to Darwinism. Next joke.
Wait, what is the part about Darwinism?
For those of you who don't know, furries are when a man in a squirrel suit loves a woman in a bear suit very much, for no respect to Darwinism.
For no respect to
Darwinism, for the way we have evolved. And
for
so when you have man and woman have
respect.
Yeah, so when your man and a woman have normal sex, they are keeping the human race going and we're evolving.
Right.
So getting in animal suits is a disrespect to the natural order.
Yeah.
It's not joke zero.
It's not joke zero.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Speaking of a joke, a man was awarded $18.4 million in a lawsuit over a canceled HIV test. When asked what he plans to do first now that he's won, the man exclaimed, "I'm going to get an HIV test at Disney World."
Probably.
I
will do. A musical in the works about the life of Michael Jackson. The musical will star a black actor, but only for the first half.
Ooh.
And they have to switch it up.
I'm Haunted by Teddy Perkins, the Atlanta episode, which aired like months and months ago. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
You need to watch Atlanta. So there's an episode that's kind of like a little horror movie called Teddy Perkins. I think it's season 2, episode 6. It is loaded and smart and haunting, and will make you think of that joke.
Wow.
In case you haven't heard of Atlanta or Donald Glover, let me be the first to
Love.
endorse.
I've heard good things. I haven't watched it yet,
Yeah, it's
but
good.
I've heard it's very, very good.
Paramount and Hasbro have released a new Monopoly game based on the Godfather franchise. Among the changes, go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Take the gun. Leave the cannoli.
That's one for film buffs.
That's one for film buffs in 1972.
How helicopter parenting can impede a child's development. Headline by a publication. How helicopter parenting can impede a child's development. How? Well, it can be hard for a child to develop after it gets chopped up by a propeller.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know? In a sense.
So do you think the parents are actual helicopters, or are the parents using helicopters
In their parenting.
as part of their parenting
I think the
regimen?
parents are helicopters.
Yeah, I think they are hooked up to some sort of like propeller device.
Yeah.
And that is slaughtering their children.
Slaughtering young
But
ones.
at least they feel the parents would know when traffic is good and when traffic is bad, because helicopters are
Right,
bad.
that's what they do, especially out here in Los Angeles.
SoCal,
Yeah.
the Southland, as we
Pacific-
all say.
Pacific Sunwear. What?
The Southland.
Are we getting to end of rounds? What do we think?
I think I might be out.
Yeah, let's give
Like
it
Oh, I have one
two
more.
more or
two
something?
more per piece.
Okay, I might only have one more.
That's
That's fine.
one is
But
the
I'll
new
tell it
two.
twice.
Great.
Great.
Which one should I? Starbucks announced they will be closing 150 poorly performed stores in the next year, which means many street corners will drop down to just 3 Starbucks. Sad one too.
People love
That's very
Starbucks.
funny.
This is another callback. And my final joke. So this week, Ryan Gosling dashed into oncoming traffic to save a dog and then safely returned the little pooch to its owner, setting the bar even higher for any man not named Ryan Gosling to ever get laid.
Cool. Hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good Gosling.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I was thinking the other joke was Ryan Gosling, but the other joke was Bradley Cooper. That was actually my first and only Ryan Gosling jokes. I get them confused. I think a lot of these guys are the same. They're all wonderful.
Ryan
They're all the same.
Gosling's been around for a while.
So is Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. You'd think he'd be Ryan Goose by now.
Seriously.
Good.
Hey, does that count as one of your jokes? Because I think that's in contention for joke 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lyme disease in children surges in western Pennsylvania. It's yet unknown, however, if Lyme disease in children can defeat its Democratic challenger this November.
I just laugh. I thought that was a good joke. I enjoy you coming to life, to life with your delivery.
And I have to at some point, for God's sake. Yeah.
Alright, this joke is sort of a callback to something that was just said. Sort of. See if you can spot the similarity to something that was just said. Boy George recently celebrated his 57th birthday. Despite getting older, he still refuses to change his name to Man George.
Yeah! Reminiscent.
Grandpa George.
Yeah. He's still a little boy.
Soon to be Corpse George.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Not soon.
Not soon.
I'm
Not soon.
out of jokes. Should I tell a joke or should
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
You can not tell one, you can tell one.
How do you catch a unique cat?
Wait, a what?
How do you catch a unique cat?
A unique cat. I don't know.
Unique up on it. How do you catch a tame unique cat? Tame way. Unique up on it.
Oh my god.
No.
I didn't write that.
That's a good joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Yeah.
Tell your favorite child.
It's intellectual. Okay, so let's finish up strong. 1 in 15 opioid overdose survivors die within a year of recovery, study finds. So perhaps survivors is a strong word.
Yeah, I lost the word survivor in the setup, so
I
that's
didn't
what
Read it
happened.
again.
What?
Whoa!
Sorry.
They like it.
1 in 15 opioid overdose survivors die within a year of recovery, a study finds. So perhaps survivors is a strong word.
Yeah, I think the study finds at the
Yeah, I
end.
agree.
You can move that to the
move it to
beginning,
the top.
move it to the top.
Study finds. Yeah.
Study finds 1 in 15 opioid overdose survivors die within a year of recovery.
Study finds. I ruined it. Do it again.
Study finds 1 in 15 opioid overdose survivors die within a year of recovery. So perhaps survivors is a strong word.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funnier joke than it should. It's not,
I think if you could end the
On
setup
Survivors.
and the punch, both of those on
I
Survivor.
understand, yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Perhaps they should have thought twice before using the word survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Study finds. Whatever.
The setup might be hard to put Survivor.
hard-
Yeah,
it
you
is
can definitely
hard, yeah.
end the punchline on Survivor.
Yeah.
So maybe it's too. Yeah. It's you have to find a concise way of saying. So maybe it's too strong a word to call them survivors, but more concise.
Like, I'm going to go on a limb and say this is not Joke Zero.
No, it's not.
And I had high hopes for it, which is the case with many.
Oh, that's why it was your big finish?
In theory. Okay, here we go. Man sentenced for intentionally infecting woman with HIV. The man's sentencing comes after his attorney's flawed defense of, what can I say, my client's a stinker. It's not even a joke.
You don't have to keep reading.
I'm trying to end
No,
strong.
he does. What's your unique
Florida
capture?
boy infected with first reported case of mosquito virus discovered in Tampa Bay. The boy's first single, Mosquito Virus Love, is expected to drop this July. He was discovered. That's the joke.
That also needs a little, like,
Get out of
behind
line.
you on the album cover.
Are any of these jokes not
Are
terrible?
there even album covers anymore?
5 scary things that can happen to your body on the keto diet. Number 5, you can be hacked to death by Jason Voorhees.
You could.
None
Why
of
do you
these,
say that right at me with daggers in your eyes?
because I'm trying to sell my poorly written jokes of performance. Speaking of daggers in the eyes, whatever. Is that the last joke?
I think so.
Okay.
How do you choose
I
jokes
could read
zero?
one, but I don't want to.
No, at this point, good God Almighty. So I think my joke zero for this one. You choose your own joke zero,
Alright.
so that because no one can remember that well. My joke zero, I think, has to obviously be Thursday was longest day of the year, particularly for those who went to see insert notoriously bad movie here. You know.
No, say what it is. Say the actual
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. 150 million at the box office just this weekend alone.
Wow.
It's a hit, folks.
I'm stuck between two.
Well, say the two. We'll say
Okay,
which one.
I think, even though we said this one's really obvious, I do think, after reports to the contrary, Tim Burton announced that Beetlejuice 2 is not actually happening. Unless you say Beetlejuice 2 3 times fast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sarah.
And then I also think 10 Cloverfield Lane was released in movie theaters this weekend. It was made in secret, takes place in a dimly lit apartment, and features a surprise cameo by Bradley Cooper. Kind of like every middle-aged woman's sexual fantasy, am I right, ladies?
You are right, ladies.
Which one do you think?
I think Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice is a very... Yeah, I submit Beetlejuice.
Well, I was thinking either. I don't know. The Foreigner one, people seem to like. The Roseanne one was nice and short. Maybe that one.
Yeah.
ABC announced they will bring back a version of Roseanne that doesn't have Roseanne Barr. Or Viewers.
Or Viewers.
Oh, Viewers.
Ha ha.
Is it Larry King or
Yeah.
John McMahon?
It's both.
That's
Yeah.
Ed McKean.
Yeah.
King.
But I think it's a good joke zero.
Yeah.
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 Those are the 3
Contender.
contenders.
Which, soon we're going to do a show that is just contenders.
Oh, really? Are you
Yeah.
going to have everybody back? Is
Great
it gonna be
question.
All-Stars?
Yeah, we're gonna bring Smash Mouth,
Mhm.
Shrek, the Mystery Men. Do you understand what I'm doing?
That's all movies that had All-Star.
Exactly.
Ah.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, we'll figure something out.
Okay.
Definitely. It's going to be a big show. A really
so now
big
I have to remember
show.
that it was the Beetlejuice.
Yeah. No,
Well,
we'll tell you.
it.
We'll have it
Yeah.
on streaming. Yeah.
What number episode is this?
Gosh, I don't know.
This
10,
is-
11, 12. More than 10 for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, we get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get her done.
And the
That's
wise
Shakira.
words of
Lawrence.
Lore and
The
some
Cave
Arabia.
guy.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to our wonderful guest, the lovely Brian Stamnitsky.
It was awesome being here, by the way. It was super fun.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a pleasure to have you. Check us out on Mob Crush. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And we'll see you guys next time. Never keep dreaming and reach for the